How's it going? Hello, hello. Hopefully everybody's had a good day. Let's see here, you guys. Happy Friday Eve, you guys. I'm just setting this up over here. Okay, here we go. Popping up. Perfect. Pinning this over here, you guys. It's going to be a collection today. As you guys pop on, please say hello. That way I know you guys can hear me. There we go. Perfect. Just got to switch over here. There we go. Hey, Tanika. Hey, Teresa. Missed y'all on Tuesday. Hey, Karen. Yeah, the internet was not my friend on Tuesday. That's the way it goes. But I'm here today. Hello, hello. Okay, great. It's on there. Sorry, just making sure it got pinned. Hey, Tina. Hey, Carol. Hello, everybody. Hey, Barbara. Hey, guys. So we're going to be doing a grapevine today, a collection. Hey, Maria. New here. Welcome. Always love when you people come hang on. Come hang out with us. Welcome, welcome. So if you knew how, my name is Sonia Thompson. I'm the owner of the Red Rustic Rose, and I collab with the Wreath Shop usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I come on here and I either make kits, collections, so I do anything from swags, grapevines, bows, you name it, we're gonna do it. I was not here Tuesday though. The internet, no, I think it was from Monday. I don't know, something was going on. Oh, thank you, Ruby. You already got it, Tanika? Girl. Okay, so if you guys not see, this is a collection, and which means it's not a kit. So if you guys want to add more, if you guys want to, you know me, more is more. Okay, but we're going to use this one ribbon here. We are going to use 3 of these. Y'all, if you guys have not seen these are a really good price. Okay, so I'm going to use 3 of these. Then I am going to use 2 of these. Look how pretty these are. And then we're going to use an 18-inch grapevine. It's an oval one. And then these bells do come individually. I got 2 of them. And I just put them on here. I just kind of tied them onto each other. So they are sold individually. But I kind of wanted, I wanted some bells on there. So we're going to work with that. So they're going to kind of be hanging there, doing their thing. And then we're going to make our wreath, and it's going to kind of go like this, and it's going to have a bow. So that's what we're doing. Hey, Trina Hall. So the first thing that we're actually going to do, you guys, is we're going to make our bow. I know, and they're big, rusty bells. They are amazing. They are, I want to say 3 inches. They're, I know I have little people hands, but no, they're a really good size. And they're not like the faux rusty. They are rusty, which is amazing. I love the rusty stuff. So that's what we're going to do with that. So yeah, so first let's make our bow. You guys, how's it been? I know Tuesday I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening? But we're back now. Yes. So she's got all kinds of bells. So I am probably going to go to the Wreath Shop tomorrow and put some stuff together to show you guys. Okay. I should have time tomorrow. It's been crazy. You all know, with everybody melting down on Monday. That whole fiasco. So once again, here, I take the plastic off, that way you guys can see it. So this is like a natural with a red border, which I really liked. We wanted to keep it, something simple, right? We're doing kind of rustic. So, I mean, you could also go with like a 7/8 velvet and you could totally pull it off, but we were going this way. So what I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to do, okay, so I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to make a longer tail because I'm going to put the bow here, but I'm going to kind of do, it's going to come out in 2 different spots, okay? Is what I'm going to do with it. So, hey, Kathy. Hello, hello. Okay, so let's do, right now, let's just do, let's do about 20 inches and then we'll see what we do. I may trim some of that off, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, friends? Okay, so we're going to do this. Then we're going to do let's do a smidge over 6. Just a smidge. You all know I like the smidge. Not quite 6.5, but not quite 6. Just a smidge. We are going to do, we're going to do 2. I think so. That's kind of what I had in my head, is the way I was visioning it. But we're going to do, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put our bow down, and then we're going to add some stuff around there, and there's going to be some stuff in between. It's kind of like the vision I had. Okay, so we're going to do this. Hi, Stella. We're going to match these up. Like I said, if it's too long, we just trim it. As I always say, I would rather have it too long and you can give it a haircut, but you can't put it back. Y'all know when you got that haircut and you're like, ooh, I shouldn't take that much off. Same thing as my logic with the ribbon. I would rather trim some off than have to figure out how to put something else in there. Okay, so we're going to do those 2. Then we're going to take this. We are going to dovetail that. We are going to do a 6-inch tail. Yeah, so hopefully everybody had a good week, y'all. And we're going to make this 5.5, okay? It's just a little bit over 6. This is going to be 5.5. And this tail is going to go up. Y'all know I like to kind of work my loops and tails around. So we're doing this bit. And this tail, we're going to cut it about, let's go about 10 inches. Once again, I'm probably going to have to trim it because those bells are coming down here. And I'm not going to want to cover them, but they're kind of going to, you'll see. So we got this here. Then we're going to do a loop. Y'all know I like my bump. We're doing a bump. So we're going to dovetail that. We're going to make this tail about the 5.5. This bump is going to be 3. And then we're going to bring this tail down. And this tail, where this one was a 10, this one's going to be, that's about 6-ish. Okay, y'all know I got to add my pin in, or else later on this is just going to go rolling. And I'm not going to be a happy camper with that. Okay, let's grab a zip tie. Y'all know zip ties. Zip ties. So finger on one side, thumb on the other, squeeze and lift straight up. So you guys have been up to hopefully filling some orders. Y'all getting some business. Okay, we're putting that through here. Yeah, Christmas. It's all Christmas. All the orders that have been coming in are Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. Let's move this out of the way. So I usually move my tails around first. Okay, then we put this down. First layer, second layer. Then we flip her around to this side. Same thing. Yeah, I know, right? Time to swap out that ribbon and all your florals. Because whether you're ready or not, it is here, friends. It is here. Ooh, and can I tell you that the weather... Okay, so we're getting some thunderstorms, which are supposed to be like we're getting flood warnings for tomorrow. That's not what we're wanting, but y'all, it's going to be in the 60s next week. Ooh, my heart is so happy. So happy. Okay, so this is the bow that we're working with, okay? We're going to put this in and we're going to be filling in some greenery. Once again, look at the long tails on that. See, my pretty? Right? So I like bows like this, especially for like something rustic like this. We can even, if you wanted to, you could leave those long like that. But I do have those bows. I mean, you could pull that off like that. But I'm thinking of cascading down the side. So let's put this in through here. I'm going to take that off of it. That way I don't zip tie it onto the... And we're going to put it through the grapevine, you guys. Whenever I put my bows, I try to make sure, that it's not around, it is through, okay? The reason for that is if something happens and your zip tie gets broken or something happens to it, that bow isn't just going to plop off, okay? You're going to have to hit that door a couple times and then go, oh, I think that's loose. Yes. Okay. So once again, we're not tightening that all the way till we're completely done. Y'all know I usually leave that a little loose. That way if I need to move it around, if I need to, you know, do some things, I can. I'm not sitting there and fighting it. So that's going to go in the center like that. And you guys, this is an 18-inch oval, okay? And this little stem there is just sticking out. Okay, so we're going to hang it up right here. And this is what our bow looks like right now. Okay, we're going to move those tails. Let's see this, center there. We're going to do this. So here's our big loops. There's that in the middle. So we're going to put some greenery and stuff through there. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is probably something like this. But before I do that, I'm going to put some of the florals. That way I'm not fighting when I go to put my florals in. So let's do this. We're going to leave those down for right now. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Misty. Hey, Scarlett. Tanika, yeah, I am not interested in the thunderstorms, but yeah, they've actually canceled some events around here for, you know, they usually have like Halloween events, so, oh no. You know how it is, it's Texas, who knows. Okay, guys, so when you do these, one of the things that I tell you with these sprays, always make sure that you kind of spread everything around, okay? Because when you get it, it's like all squished. You spread it around, it's much prettier. Also, too, look at the leaves on those. Okay? They're not just like a solid color. I love this. And these are $5.50 a spray. Really, really good deal. Really good deal. And if you guys are buying stuff at the reshop, you guys are earning those points. So, okay, we're moving those berries around. Really pretty berries. Okay? So, once again, I'm going to put it in here, but as usual, so I kind of bend this. I like it to go, see how that is, how I bent that? I want that to go away. The shape of the grapevine, right? So when I put this in, you see that? It's going to go like that. Now, that is a little bit kind of steeper turn, so we're going to take our needle nose and kind of work that a little bit more. She's a little bit more curved. She's a little curvy right there. Because it is an oval. Okay. So, do this here. And we're probably going to have to put a zip tie in here. So now I have 3 of these. The reason I have 3 is because I'm going to put 2, 1 on each side, and then I'm going to break up the other one to fill in here. Okay? But we are going to put that in there pretty good. So that's what you're looking at. Okay? There's going to be 1 on each side, but I'm going to take that down. And when they're long like that, I will tell you that I do zip tie like right around here. Okay? So we're going to take that off. Come on, bells. Bells. Okay, so we're going to find a spot here. Take our zip tie. I'll tell you that I can, oh, yep. Make sure you do it the right way first. Put it through your grapevine. Come on, man. This is actually a good, nice and thick one. Okay. I am going to add glue on the top of that. Don't worry. Just I want to get in there first. Hey, Dallas. Hey, Nikki. Yes, you should, Tanika. They add them quick, though, girl. I do it all the time. I'm like, ooh, what? How much do I have? Okay, you're going to put your zip tie on. You hear that? Once again, I won't tighten it all the way because I got to move it a little bit, right? But, see, now it's on there secure. Okay, and we are going to put, right, I put it in there. We're going to add some glue. So usually I have my glue pot and my glue gun ready to go. Okay, so we're doing that right there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, you guys. I'm going to take it down again. It's how come I'm just not super worried about Heather. Do you mind my husband's? Oh, happy anniversary, Trina. How's all that going? Congrats, congrats. That's awesome. Girl, time flies. Me and my husband hit 25 years in March. Sorry. Trying to straighten this out. So what we're doing is we're trying to make sure we straighten everything out. That's awesome. Well, make sure you have lots of fun. Enjoy, take pictures. All right. All the fun stuff. Right, everybody? Happy anniversary. That's awesome. Once again, we're kind of bending it. And I even bend the bottom part. And I'll tell you, most of the time, I bend it before I cut it. Because it's always easier to bend if you've got a longer stem. Okay? Also, to say it's really, really hard to bend, all you do is take it here on the edge of a table and just do that. And then see? Totally works. Okay? I always say that. Work smarter, not harder. And we're going to cut that because that's really long. I don't need it that long. And then we're going to do the same thing like we did on that side, okay? And we kind of try and we're going to try and make it the same length where we did it. So once again, we're going around there. We're trying to make sure they're about the same. They don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but you kind of do want to, you know, sure you got some leaves on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to bring this down as well. And we're going to zip tie that in place. There's usually a clearing on your stem there. That way you can, I say that to myself all the time, but it seems to always work hard. Girl, it happens to all of us. Trust me. I'm like, why did... There was like 2 steps to do that, but I felt like I took 10. Okay, So usually when you do this, it's a lot easier. These bells, man. It's a lot easier if you set it down on your table, you push that down, and then you work with these zip ties. Zip ties are your friends, you guys. And if you guys have not watched me before, just to let you know, I'm a huge zip tie person. Okay? Meaning that I use zip ties on my bows. I will occasionally use a pipe cleaner for stuff. But to me, the zip ties really are just, they make a lot of sense to me. Ooh, nice. You go, girl. That's awesome. So pushing that, making sure it's in there. Once again, I tighten it I tighten it about 90% of the way, okay? The reason I don't do it all the way is in case I have to move this, I don't want to be fighting with it, you guys, okay? That's the simple reason. Okay, and once again, we're going to put a little bit of glue on our stem there. So now this is what we got. We got 2 stems there. We're going to move these tails. Let's see, where are we? Here we go. So we want that loop up, and that tail down. Okay. So here we are with this. So now I'm going to do this before I put in that other greenery. Because now I want to work my greenery around it, right? I kind of put that in the center correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of move these around. And I'm going to find a little spot right here that I will like. Okay? Like right there. Perfect. And now you can use whatever you want. You can use wire, but I'm going to use these tiny little 4-inch zip ties. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of do just a little bump there like this. And we're going to come right down here. Before you do that, you want to gather it, okay? Gather it about right there. Come here. Take a little brown zip tie. Put it around that stem there. Oh. That, y'all. I have little hands, but I have little sausages for fingers. Okay, there we are. So I'm gonna do a little zip, and then I'm gonna gather that again. We're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna push. Words are hard sometimes. We're gonna push that towards the back to hide that zip tie. So all you're going to see, because you made that little bump, is just that. And you're not even going to see that zip tie. See that? Just like that. So I got that right there. And that's the other thing, why I don't tighten it all the way either on that piece, because what if I want my bump a little bit bigger, right? Makes it a lot easier than to have to sit there and struggle with something because you've like glued it already or done something. So that's what I usually do. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Now I will tell you that this does not have to be symmetrical. When I do this, I don't always make it symmetrical. So sometimes this will be like this, but this bump will be a little bit higher with a tail like that, okay? It does not have to be symmetrical. Because I know sometimes people, when they do it, they're like, oh, should I? Should I? I've had people ask me that. It's like, no. You can have your bump on that one there, and then this one higher. It's totally fine. Okay? So I am going to kind of gather that, and I am going to put this one a little bit higher up here. Okay? Once again, we're going to put it right here on the grapevine. Push that through. If you're struggling to push it through, use your needle nose. Your needle nose are fit, even if your little digits don't. Also, you can also take the zip tie and kind of bend it. It's plastic. And then it kind of curves. So we're going to go in here. There we are. Perfect. Now we're going to take our ribbon there. We're going to do the same thing. Push that in. And then take that zip tie and push it to the back. I push it to the back now so that later on I'm not fighting trying to get it back there. Okay, so like right there, it's really thick right there. So I'm going to take my nail nose. I'm going to take that tie, pull the end of it, and then push that through. So it's in the back. Okay. There we go. It's going to be back here. And if I can find it because it's brown. There it is. And the reason I do that also is so that that zip tie closure isn't in the front. So see? You've got that going on. Right? Hey. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You found happiness. That's all that matters. I always think it's funny when people, you know, don't allow yourself to be judged. There ain't nothing wrong with that. At least you found and you are happy, girl. That is my view on that. Also, you can also do one of these where you kind of, right, you do the little, so it looks a little bit more ribbony, kind of cascadey, right? So that's what we're doing right there. So that's where we got our little bumps. We've got our bow here. So now we're going to come in with that third piece. Are the bells heavy? No. No. They're not that heavy at all. Like if you shipped it, it wouldn't make a difference. They're actually pretty lightweight, to be honest. Okay, so what we're going to do with this third one, we're going to cut this one up, and we're going to add our pieces up here to cover this, right? Remember, we got that right there. So we're going to put some in here and through the back, and then we're going to add our other one. So we're going to, so these have actual, like a nice little break. Whenever you're not sure where to cut something, usually stems have a place where they naturally separate. Meaning that, right, it's got all the stuff and then there's like a little stick right there. That's your empty spot. Hey, Patricia, thank you. So what I'll do is I'll go down to that spot and then that's my piece. Okay, we're going to cut this into a couple of pieces. Down to the next break, which is this one here. And we're going to cut that one as well. Okay. And then we're going to see, let's see, do that one. I will tell you that I always leave the stem on one, the longer one, because I'm obviously going to need a longer stem in the back because of that bow right there. So we're going to separate that right there. So here we go. So now we've got a long one for the bow in the back. Haven't cut the X, I don't know how long I need it. And then we've got these other ones here. Okay. So we're going to take this one. And this is also part of the reason why I don't tighten the bow all the way, because I can put that through there and then it holds a little bit better. Okay. So we're going to put our glue and go right underneath that bow right there. And we're going to push that through right there. Now we're going to pull some of our leaf that way, some of our leaf this way, and we've got our berries right there. Okay. That way that spot right there ain't naked. Okay, same thing with this. Got there. Put a good amount of glue. Don't ever skimp on your glue, you guys. Okay, once again, under our bow here. And part of that leaf goes this way. Your berries go that way. Okay. So we're filling in. Now remember, we still have our eucalyptus as well. That's going to go through there. So now we're going to take our longer one here. So here we are. And this is going to go behind the bow, you guys, okay? So we want to see it in the back right here. So we're actually going to probably leave that one about that long. Same thing as with anything else. I'd rather have it a little bit longer than a little bit shorter. Okay? Let's see. We can see it's going to go down about there. It would be too long. A little bit more. Okay. So same thing. We're going to use a good amount of glue. And this is going behind our bow. Now I will tell you that for this one, I will take it down because I want to see where behind my bow I'm putting it here. Okay, there we are. Get in there, Betty. Remember, the rule is if you're really struggling with it, don't just keep pushing. Sometimes you got to use your needle nose or else you're going to end up putting your hand in that glue and you're going to cry. Okay. Let me make sure this is kind of where I want it. That may have to go down a little further. That's peeking a little too much there. Or I just need it to kind of peek. I don't need it to be like, hi, I'm like way up here. Do you ever put battery lights on any wreaths or swags? Yes, I have. I've had customers request that, and I will put it in. Yeah, you want to make sure you use the operated. I've used fairy lights for Christmas ones. And then you see it's fine. Sorry, I had to cut that little piece off. This. That's why you want to make sure you use good ribbon and good florals. Okay. So now here we have berries, right? Got some of these berries coming out a little bit here. Here. Now we're going to come in with some of this eucalyptus. Now I still have this, so we're going to put that to the side. Because it's probably going to need something somewhere. Probably underneath, or actually, you know what? I may put that little piece right there. So we're going to cut a part of this to go underneath. Let's see. Yeah, I have, so I've done it for Halloween. I've done it for Christmas. So there's quite a few projects I've actually added them to. So we're going to come in with this little one here. And we're going to put that right about right there. Okay. So you can still see your bells. You've got kind of green right there. But I did leave these other pieces. Thanks, Dallas. Yeah, and look at this. So I saw this. I really, really liked this. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take these apart. These have really, so you can break it up into this, or you can actually break it up even more, because it seems that like each berry has a berry and a eucalyptus. Okay, and it's that same style kind of eucalyptus. It's a little, sorry, it's a little bit more bluish, but that's totally fine. I wanted green and then a little bit of bluish green. Okay. I like playing with different colors, different, you know, hues of, you know, kind of different shades. That way you get a little bit something different. Okay, so we're going to put this here. And they are different types of berries, and it's totally fine. It will look beautiful. Okay? Because we're going to mix some of those berries in here too. But this is kind of more, you know, you got your bells. It's a little bit more classic-y Christmas with the colors and stuff. It's also a little bit more, you know, you got the rustic a little bit. So let's bring this in up here. Right, the rusty bells. Like I said, you could pull off, instead of using this natural, you could do like a velvety ribbon, and it would totally work. Hey, Sharon. Okay, once again, here we're breaking these up. And these are a good size. These are nice. Just make sure you turn your leaves, that way you can see them and you're not staring at the back. So we've got those up there. Now we're going to come in. And I'm going to add this through, oh, glue, through the center in here. Okay? Because I want to be able to see some of that eucalyptus down here as well. So if you notice before I put that in, when I'm putting it in, it is kind of coming out this way. Okay, I don't just want to fan it, I want to coming at you. Once again, so we're going to put this one a little bit lower down here. Okay. We're going to pull some of those leaves that way, some of those leaves this way. And all that adds a little bit of dimension to your wreath, okay? It's not just very... Good night, Tracy. Have a good weekend. Okay, and we're just going to keep adding some of these pieces. I'm going to add another piece right here. Remember, because I want to make sure you've got, when you see this, it's all the way around. It's not just on the top. And we're making sure we're adding some of that eucalyptus here. So let me put those berries there. Hold on. Hold, please. I want this eucalyptus a little higher, but I like where the berries are. So we're going to put this now up here. Okay, there we are. So that's all you're doing. You're just kind of adding your eucalyptus so you can see it in different spots. Okay? And it's also adding to the fullness of your wreath. Same thing. We're going to add some down over here. Just make sure you're careful with that glue and it doesn't get your finger. Okay, so we've got eucalyptus on this side, on both sides. We're going to add some more going up now. Okay, but yeah, look at that. Really pretty. sure you're getting it into that grapevine. Okay, but see how it's filling that up? It's making the fullness to your wreath there. Now we're going to do this on this other side. Right about there. Okay, and then we're going to add some up here as well. Come in, good amount of glue. Now we're coming in here behind our bow. This is also why I don't tighten my bows all the way, because I want to be able to get in there. I don't want to have to be fighting it. So see? Now on the other side. Now sometimes, like that, it'll start falling apart. No big deal. All you do is take this. One of these wires is always more manageable than the other, and all you're going to do is twist it. If it's really hard, all you're going to do is take your needle nose and hold it and then twist it. Okay? Okay, now we're going to come over here on this other side. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Making sure we're putting that over there. Okay, so see how nice and full that's getting there? Now we're going to add a little bit throughout the bow here. Okay. So now we're going to take this one, cut this little eucalyptus here, get it right in there. Especially for Christmas, I like adding little pieces throughout the bow. See? That kind of brings the bow a little bit more into it. Oh, I'm sad that I'm just now getting to this one. I'm happy I saw you. Hey, Amber. Girl, you can always watch the replay, you know. Okay, we're coming in here. If you notice, look at that. So we're kind of incorporating right into the bow. We're going to add some of these smaller berries in there. You see, that really brings it all in together. I will tell you, when I cut picks, I'll tell you, here's another little clue or trick. I always start cutting from the bottom. That way, if I need something with length, I keep it, right? If I'm cutting this, even if I end up leaving these to use, I've got this much of a piece, okay? I don't usually start at the bottom. At the top. I start at the bottom. Once again, we're coming in, and all you're doing is putting it between the loops. That's all you're doing. Yeah, see? So we've got a little bit there. Now I'm gonna do a little something. This little piece right here, it's a little long. We're gonna cut that. That way it's got both the different styles of eucalyptus. Oh, you can see it there as well in the bow. Okay. Got that there. That's coming down. But yeah. So I'm going to set these aside because I'm probably going to find something that I'm going to want to put on there. Face on your left, facing the wreath. On my left. Right here. Right? Probably take this one. Yeah, a lot of times when I'm actually, where am I looking? I can also see it here. So a lot of times when I go to take the pictures, I'll kind of notice like if there's a spot. So that's why if you notice whenever I do my wreaths, I always leave a little pieces. That way I can then add them later on and be like, but when I take the picture and I'm like, oh, hey, that's kind of missing one there. That's kind of missing a little bit there. Now the other side. Yeah, that right there. Also, I could put a little bit piece right there. The other thing I will probably do, to be totally honest with you, so I've got a berry here that's getting kind of covered. So we're going to take that. And we're going to cut that. Put it right there. So you see it a little bit more. So yeah, we can put a couple little bit more. I will probably end up adding another piece there, maybe here. Or say the berries right there, if you can't see it that well. Kind of bring that over a little bit more. But yeah, that way it's all very, 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 very. Okay, guys, let me take this off and then I'll show you guys. So we've got our bells right here. I will probably trim this so you can see the bells a little bit better. I'm going to do that right now. Actually, I'll probably do this. Turn that up a little bit more like that. So then you can see the bells a little bit better. So when it hits on the door, it's going to be more like this. Right? Because the wall is going to be like there and it's going to be pushing it forward. But I will probably give that little bow a trim there. So here you go, you guys. This is a collection. It is pinned at the bottom. You guys can go grab it all, grab some, grab more. Right? More is more. More is more, you guys. Okay, you guys. I will probably be at the wreath shop tomorrow. I'm not promising yet because I gotta see if I have time. But I'm shooting to go tomorrow to show some stuff to you guys. Okay, you guys. Once again, have a good one. This will be pinned. You can watch the replay here if you missed some of it. You'll also be able to find it on the Wreath Shop YouTube page, and you'll be able to find it on my YouTube page, The Red Rustic Rose. Okay, everyone, have a great night. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.